following program on Derana 24 is classified as PG-14+. It is intended for children ages 14 and older in the company of an adult. It may contain intensely suggestive dialogue, strong coarse language, intense sexual situations, or intense violence or political ideology. A parental control system is strictly advised.
Hold tight because Blake Lively and Baldoni are back at it again, and the latest developments have been stirring up the pot, leaving us fans utterly confused. What's next on the horizon for these two? Stay tuned right here on Showbiz tonight.
And after all these years, Downton Abbey gives us one final bow. The Crawleys return for the grand finale, bringing with them long-held secrets bubbling to the surface and goodbyes that carry real weight. But is it really over? Well, I guess we're gonna find out.
And of course, we're also breaking down all the box office action. Who's climbing the charts, who's falling off, and which unexpected movies are made up on the top of the list. Definitely stay tuned. You don't want to miss out right here on Showbiz tonight.
Live to tape from Studio 24. This is Showbiz Tonight Special. Now, here are your hosts, Anurari Vikramasinghe, the Quill Qureshi, along with guest host, Mrs. Sri Lanka herself, Lakshani Abeysinghe, and Mahesh Johnny.
Hello, good evening and welcome to Showbiz Tonight. We are here to bring you the latest of this week's goss and buzz in the showbiz world, especially what's going on in Hollywood, as well as the countdown of the box office charts, what's exactly happening there, who's up, who's down, and who's nowhere to be seen despite the high expectations for the countdown. Today, we're joined by what I thought was going to be the usual panel, but we've got a special someone here tonight.
Hello.
Jazz hands are Quill, do the jazz hands. Of course, we're joined by Quill, but especially we're joined by Lakshani Abeysinghe, Mrs. Sri Lanka World for 2023 and 2024. Hi. So safe to say we're going to have a very fun conversation about it. Yes.
Who used to sit here before?
Oh, yeah, no.
We don't know.
You've forgotten already.
We have no idea who it is.
Oh my God.
Wait, no, I cannot.
I have no part in this.
No.
I'm trying to remember her name, but
I
can't do this.
No idea.
Huh?
At least you remember it's a she. So.
It's a she, yeah.
Exactly. I remember because this is like, a way better upgrade than what we got.
If Sanvi doesn't return to the panel next week,
that's Sanvi.
Yes, exactly.
With the husband that loves Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
exactly.
We've got a lot to get through, so maybe
and talking about Taylor Swift, it is one of the stories I think is been covered in one of the things that we are going to know. So what are we going to talk about?
Yes, we have a whole bunch to get through as well. That's why I was like, let's stop dunking on Sanvi and get right to, the nitty-gritties, because we've got a whole bunch to talk about. We got the Blake Lively scandal to talk about and the updates, or the never-ending updates of that legal drama. And we've got so many new releases and things to look forward to when it comes to movies as well. The final edition is what they're saying of Downton Abbey is coming. I have so much to yap about, and of course we have a lot of Mahesh-focused sci-fi futuristic. We've got Foundation coming out. I don't know why Mahesh likes Foundation. Let's get into that.
I loved it. I watched the trailer and the cinematography.
Okay, we got to talk about it. We got to talk about that.
So framing and
exactly. That is one of the perfect series. I mean,
has either of y'all read the books?
Book?
No. We're not talking about the books.
All right, never mind. You know what? We will get into that. When we're part of that rundown. But before that, we've got to get to the countdown as well. Figure out what's at the bottom half of the countdown and see what has taken a tumble from the top spots.
Exactly. So with our panel and with Mrs. Sri Lanka right next to us, we will begin our show for this week. Welcome everyone. This is Showbiz Tonight.
Well, falling from 8 to 10 this week, Sinners takes a slight dip in the rankings. The film blends Southern Gothic style with supernatural horror set against a backdrop of juke joints, vampires and racial tension. Though initially praised for its originality, some now feel that the story tries to juggle way too many themes, leaving some of the parts feeling unfocused, which could explain the drop. Still, its bold visuals, haunting soundtrack and standout performance from our favorite Michael B. Jordan continues to keep audiences intrigued.
Everything gonna be alright now. No! No.
Climbing through the ranks, The Life of Chuck is at a 9th position this week. Based on a novella by Stephen King, the film unravels the life of Charles Krantz in a reverse from mysterious world-ending event back to a quiet beauty of childhood. Well, it's a rich emotional journey filled with standout performances, stunning visuals, and moments of unexpected joy and sorrow. Audiences and critics alike are praising its poetic structure, soulful tone, and obviously Tom Hiddleston, his deeply moving portrayal of a life well lived.
Take a look. By a major league sports team that make a real living as a dancer. The world loves dancers, it truly does. But it needs accountants. So there's much more demand, so there's much more opportunity. I know that might hurt, but it's the truth. Math is truth. It won't lie to you. It doesn't factor in your preferences. It's pure that way. Math can do a lot of things. Math can be art. But it can't lie. So, take another run at those two, because Chucko, you are good. You have art in you.
Well, last week it opened in limited release, and this week the Phoenician scheme falls down 2 spots. The film is a visually rich, whimsical espionage comedy set in a stylized 1950s Phoenicia, following tycoon Zaza Korda as he survives assassination attempts, reunites with his nun-turned-heir daughter, and launches a grand infrastructure scheme amidst international intrigue And despite the drop, it's still drawing praise from myself as well. Not just for its signature Wes Anderson style and star-studded cast, but also for the emotional depth, the strong performances, especially Del Toro and Mia Farrow, and stand-out comedic set pieces that keep viewers charmed and intrigued.
Sovereign queen of a population of 10 million loyal subjects.
He didn't say anything about the sovereign queen. Don't listen to that. He's trying to get in your head. Just play your game, Farouk, if I may call you that, Your Highness.
I don't know how to play my game. It's utterly foreign to me.
You're good.
I'm not good!
Two is it.
Does that count?
It doesn't count, but I've never seen it done before.
Dropping from 5 to 7 this week, Final Destination Bloodlines is starring to slide but still holding on quite tight with the latest chapter revives the iconic horror franchise with a fresh twist following the young woman haunted by a decade-old disaster that continues to claim lives through her family line. The dip comes as newer releases crowd and charts and repeating the viewers taper off the typical trend for horror entries after their opening weeks. Well, still, it's it's quite eventful as well. The franchise is definitely nostalgic and is definitely chilling. Cameo of Tony Todd keeps horror fans flocking to see who, if anyone, cheats death next. Take a look.
Come on. Okay. Shit!
Well, dropping from 4 to 6 this week, Karate Kid legends take a small step back in the rankings. The film bridges generations, bringing together legacy characters that we remember very well, Mr. Miyagi, and new faces as a young fighter learns discipline, honor, and resilience under the guidance of familiar masters. The slight decline may account to the fact that while longtime fans are loving the callbacks, such as myself, wider audiences aren't really connecting as strongly with the nostalgia-heavy storyline. Still, its heartfelt mentorship arcs, sharp choreography, and powerful performances, might I add, continue to draw fans of all ages into the dojo.
You study karate or something?
Kung Fu. Used to. I don't do any of that anymore.
Yeah, you're clearly over it.
Who's your friend?
Connor, don't start.
You really want to do this?
You can't step to guys like him. He wins the 5 boroughs every year. It's the biggest tournament in the city.
In life, you have only one question. Is it worth fighting for it or not?
So we're just supposed to let him fight? So that he can end up like his brother?
So that he does not end up like his brother. Lee means to me what you meant to Sensei Miyagi. I want Lee to learn Miyagi karate.
I'm sorry, Mr. Han. I wish I could help you.
You will.
I'm not coming to New York.
I will see you in the Big Apple. Sensei LaRusso.
Let's make a Karate Kid.
You have a foundation of Kung Fu.
We're going to build upon that with karate.
Ancient way.
Miyagi way. There's two of them. Focus!
This represents the history between the two families. Two branches, one tree. This is why I came to train you. Remember what you're fighting for.
When you understand that, you'll be ready.
I was born in the struggle, born to survive.
All right, well, it's time to catch our breath. There's plenty more drama to unpack and 5 films as well still waiting in the spotlight. So do stick around because we are not done yet. You're watching Showbiz tonight, and the best is still to come.
Welcome back everyone to Showbiz Tonight. So that was the countdown prior from 10 to 6. A couple of movies like, Thunderbolts is gone from the countdown and it is a little
I wonder how you feel about that.
Did you watch Thunderbolts?
I did not.
Good. Why didn't you?
That's amazing.
Actually,
No. We clarified this. She's a Marvel fan.
She is.
She's a Marvel fan.
Yes.
A massive Marvel fan.
Yeah.
So that's why she's a winner. See, DC Comics losers, A-grade losers. Okay.
You were right, Akhil.
Yeah,
You were right.
Yeah.
Okay, DC, direct. I don't know what is the loser word from that starts with C.
Oh, we all know.
Anyway, we got to get into the topics that we have to talk about today. It is, of course, about this Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni drama that has been happening. Lakshani, apparently there are lots of updates on this.
Yes, buckle up guys, because this legal drama from Hollywood is straight out of a courtroom thriller.
Okay.
Yes, Blake
So
Lively.
I'm sure the movie will come later.
Yeah. I'm waiting for it.
Pretty sure.
The
Just
court
like,
drama.
Yes,
I'm betting on
the
it.
court drama.
Yeah.
People are more fascinated about the movie now since this courtroom drama is happening.
Yeah.
They are talking more about the movie now that this is ongoing.
Some people forget that it is about the movie, the whole legal situation.
The movie itself is talking about the exact same reason why.
Subject.
The subject where Blake Lively accused of Justin Baldoni. So to get started off, you all know that this kick-started in December 2024 when the movie was being filmed, and then Blake Lively accused Justin Baldoni of multiple things.
Yeah.
Multiple allegations, basically harassing her, harassment, and then we go on to talking about showing her explicit content without her permission, barging into her trailer.
She was telling it was a toxic work environment. Apparently, they were misogynistic. Apparently, didn't like. They were selling a love story. That was the whole movie. It was about these two characters, and then the story.
It was on Colin Hoover's book.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, exactly.
I read the book.
You
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Okay,
That's a whole
she's a little
other
bit
can
of a
worms.
nerd on the other side. She's a lawyer as well, by the way. A bookworm. I love it. It's like, nice.
But the book in itself is problematic, but the courtroom scenarios are just even more.
But the problem here is that apparently Blake Lively's case is slowly falling apart because she started strong, and with this entire Me Too movement that was there, I think about 3, 4, 5 years ago, I believe, got activated again because a woman is getting harassed in Hollywood, and this is something we've seen before, so we have to start acting soon. But then again, the accusations didn't make sense. Then somebody else is not collaborating the story, like Taylor Swift is in the mix.
Yes.
All these A-listers actors are in the mix, and then apparently there was this entire case saying that Ryan Reynolds
He's been accused of multiple things as well. Yeah.
So then the entire court case is just a little bit, now not exactly a done slam dunk in the courtroom.
Not yet.
Not yet, but
it's actually dismissed.
So as of on 9th June, they dismissed the case. They said that they gave time till the 23rd of June for Justin Baldoni to refile the case. Yeah. But he's supposed to drop out everything else, every other accusation, and only stick to contract details, contract issues only.
So no longer we are talking about any kind of...
he said, she said.
No. That's all been asked to, be taken off. So
I mean, that's exactly why it became such a sensationalized legal story in the first place, because of all the external, implications from all the other parties that are involved. It's really kind of it's a textbook scenario of what hearsay is and why in a legal courtroom it should not stand. So really they're just cutting the, I can't say the actual word, and getting down to the business when it comes to contract law and contract litigation. So I'm kind of
exactly. There you go. There's the lawyer.
She's like, edit.
No, but the thing is, like, if you talk about, I don't know whether you're a fan of Blake Lively.
Not really.
Not really. The only thing that she was like prominent was from Gossip Girl, right?
Gossip Girl.
Yes, Gossip Girl was the only thing.
But many co-stars have accused her of like being very snooty.
Manipulative,
but the thing is,
arrogant.
I'm more a fan of her husband than her.
Oh, me too. Obviously.
Same.
No, but that's the case. Ryan Reynolds is being now accused of saying that he's the one who pushed Blake Lively to come and make these allegations in the court case and make sure that we get this legal drama done or something of that nature. It was never like Blake Lively never wanted to do it, because it was not something that I mean, whatever said and done, you need to understand, if you have a movie that is going to be released and it's supposed to be a love story, okay, which people are going through lots of troubles and everything, and then right before the premiere you put a story like this, your movie's anyway gonna flop. Okay, nobody's gonna watch that. So no actor actually wants to be in that particular position unless there is concrete evidence where you can go and say, you did this, here is the receipts, I'm sorry, this is not acceptable, blah blah blah, how they did with Harvey Weinstein during that time. So here that was not the case, and now Blake Lively is if by any chance all the casting directors must be like, okay, let's skip her and see.
Is this like another Amber Heard situation?
Exactly. There you go.
Did she poop the bed? Made the bed, then she pooped in it.
We've got something to look forward to, like in March 2026, because it goes into trial.
It does.
People are going to be glued to the screens, just like how I remember like being glued to the screens, like while Amber Heard's trial was on.
That documentary that we had.
It was really good. It was really good because of the simple fact that Johnny Depp was very he was charismatic.
Yet he maintained a poker face throughout the trial.
Anyway, so that is that drama. We will be keeping updated as we move along when the trial begins and all those things. And that's the other story. We have a huge rundown today, so we had to keep rolling really quickly. Beyonce and
Rumi.
Rumi.
Beyonce's baby.
Beyonce's baby. This is not an album. This is not an album. This is literally her child.
Yes.
Exactly.
What other child is that?
No, as this is her baby.
Okay, all right.
Oh God,
you know that she's got twins, right?
Exactly.
So this was about like during a stop in London in her world tour.
The Five Night Tour.
Yes. So she basically stopped the show while performing to take some time off to wish the tweens a happy 8th birthday. And when she sang Happy Birthday, the song to the little ones, the crowd, just imagine this, like tens of thousands of people sang together with Beyonce. And Rumi was like in tears. And then Blue Ivy came to, she was holding Rumi's face in her hands and then, caressing her face. And it was all raw, like real moments, real emotions. Yeah. People were very emotional. Some of the fans were cheering and some were crying. And, fans were just like really taken aback by what happened. I mean, just imagine, who does this? Of course, like Queen Bee, like stopping a show halfway to reach the kids. And
I like how she referred to her Queen Bee. Let's go.
The profound mother-daughter connection.
Yes. No, that's what I'm saying. I'm thinking you connect way better understanding the fact that, the mother-daughter connection and how raw that emotions are. And it's not just, I mean, obviously this is your precious child. Apparently, again, I'm coming back to my, the two daughters that I'm supposed to have.
Yes.
I have no
Apparently,
clue about.
If you're out there, please reach out.
He's married and he has 2 kids.
Which I have no clue about. Again,
nobody. Or into like a blog.
Yeah.
Really?
This is on the internet apparently.
This is all new information I'm just finding out. So.
Please reach out, 076.
Yeah. So apparently, I'm hoping to have a moment like that with my kids, but apparently I can't find them.
If Mahesh finds his kids, he'll be like, who are you? What are you doing?
Okay. So no, but what I'm trying to, the point that I was trying to make was that yes, you anyway celebrate your kids as a mother, as a father, and even fathers are underrated, but they do love their kids a lot very as well, especially their daughters.
Yes.
And
we passed Father's Day too, so
yeah, exactly.
Yes, we just,
so, but in a situation where what I said was like you would understand when the entire concert hall is like
joining and sing happy birthday. Yes,
proud mother moment.
Yes, she basically took a break from being a huge star to being a mother. So it was like she's showing her motherhood, and that was very beautiful.
So I think through the tour she actually showcased like her motherhood, right?
Yes,
because she brought Blue Ivy as well. Blue Ivy for the first time performed through the entire tour, and then you have Rumi literally showcasing herself as well during the entire song. I love it, honestly. And by the way, 5 nights in the UK, and she's actually earned £45 million in just 5 nights.
So maybe she can afford a few minutes for a birthday song.
Yeah, she's like,
no, but that is also great PR.
Yeah, true.
That's great PR.
She's selling the motherhood.
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
No.
As in like
no.
Becoming Queen Mother Bee.
Marketing.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, exactly.
And also Blue Ivy just had a fashion debut as well.
Yes. Yeah, that was a while back.
And Rumi is getting more involved in these shows as well. Like she's
can any of this kids sing?
So Blue Ivy is actually a professional dancer. She's a professional dancer. Yes. Rumi is not really a singer. She's 8. She's just coming into it.
Wasn't it Blue Ivy that was participating or nominated the BET Awards or something?
She was.
Did she win?
She win it, and she's the youngest to win a Grammy as well, by the way.
Wow.
That's it, done.
Queen Bee,
the youngest to win a Grammy. Blue Ivy.
Yes.
Yeah, Blue Ivy.
Exactly. So anyway, so that but this last week when we were talking about another case, Beyonce's name was pushed up in that incident as well.
The Diddy trial.
The Diddy trial. Yes. But then again, that's not the case. So you usually know that in our the power of the chat here, Lakshani, you might not know. I know actually you.
This is the introduction to it.
Yeah, exactly. So there is always this. Who's the girl?
Yeah, we don't know.
Sanui, exactly. Yeah, Sanui. No. We're milking that.
You know how you said in the production meeting, Aquil is going to be the butt of the joke. Looks like it's Sanui this time.
No.
So sorry, Sanui.
No. Why are you sorry? No, it's perfectly fine.
It's fine.
She used to give us this weird story. She's the one who always
define weird.
It's disgusting.
It is really weird.
Like by definition,
it is like
weird story.
We are talking about movies. Now, see, you talk about Beyonce. We talked about trials. We talked about movies, dramas, futuristic stuff.
Yes.
She brings the weirdest story to the table. Now, today, since she's not here,
stories from her, by the way, technically.
I'm carrying
carry the mantle.
Yes, I'm carrying a very heavy mantle today.
And introduce us to this weird story, please.
This is an insane story. So, of course, when it comes to beauty treatments or, healing, there's sometimes, especially in Hollywood with celebrities, there's kind of no lengths that they won't go to when it comes to, achieving their best, most optimized self. So one such treatment has come aboard. The tabloids are saying something very interesting. So Jessica Simpson, very well-known singer and actress, has told us that her special little healing drink, given by her musician coaches, by the way, apparently contains a very interesting ingredient. Care to guess what it is? Wait, no, don't
I
guess.
know it
don't
already.
guess.
We all know about
We
this.
already know. So,
Well,
because you were milking this story.
Oh yeah,
We were milking the story for a longer period of time in order to give the introduction, because I know you are very uncomfortable in saying this.
I'm trying not to, but I don't know how somebody does this. She's apparently admitted to be using snake sperm in order to increase her vocal capacity. Yes, you heard that right. Snake sperm.
Now, another question. Lakshani, obviously we have to ask this question, right?
All right.
So the question is, how does anybody... Now we know about how you get snake venom. Because we take the snake, we put who on earth is going and getting this snake sperm? Like, who's the person you go to? Hello,
milking a
can I
snake.
have, exactly.
I have the information if you want the information.
But no, apparently no. But this story is, the thing is she admitted saying that her vocal coach actually gave.
It's part of her health drink. But also,
but the thing is, everybody's saying that is basically snake oil. It is bogus.
Literal
No, but then
snake
she
oil.
admitted it. She actually admitted it.
She might have admitted
She took it. But there is no a scientific base to the fact that it would actually enhance your vocal cords.
So she never came in. I mean,
No, she just-
and
the question is the reason why the scientists were saying that this is just bogus story is not because of anything else. It's because in order to mix it to a drink, the amount of snake sperm that you
kill a snake. And
how many snakes
and how many times?
And how many counts?
Yeah.
No, literally it's micromillimeters.
Yeah.
So you cannot.
Okay, there you go. Scientist slash lawyer.
She knows kilograms, she knows milliliters,
everything.
she knows
Look, just saying, if you want to know the process, hit me up, because I learned all about it after. Yes. Do you want to know about the process?
No.
Okay, well, apparently nobody wants to know about the process. Sanvi, I'm trying to do you justice here, but apparently nobody wants to know about how snake sperm is
Just imagine creating a niche market in Sri Lanka now. If you
but you know the saying
Listen,
of snake oil salesman.
We don't want people, apparently snakes are, basically seen around in Sri Lanka. If you
We
go,
don't want people
and they see a snake and, hang on, I can actually
Hollywood treatment.
Disclaimer, Up to 24 does not endorse snake sperm activities. Health or otherwise. But also, a little bit of an addition, a cookie into that story. It's not just Jessica Simpson, the Kardashians have
I'll believe that.
Yeah.
I'll believe that.
100%.
I'll believe that.
Sperm.
Yeah.
Salmon sperm for skin rejuvenation.
So, listen. If you're thinking like a business person, this is a golden opportunity. Like, who does this?
Snake oil salesmen have existed before snakes have existed.
And they are called bogus, fake. It has no scientific backing towards it, and that's why they say you can't actually get this done. Anyway, we
but
have
in case
to
you want to know how it tastes, apparently it tastes like honey, according to.
Why would you?
It was on that. That's what she said. That's what she said. Okay,
apparently a quill.
But then again, think about it. Who was the first person to milk a cow?
Exactly.
Think about that.
Yeah.
Right.
So it was
Saw the animal.
You saw that animal.
Yes.
Like,
What are those? Why
you just play with them. And who does it with a snake? Who got the brilliant idea? You know?
Yeah, exactly. So people were very weird back in the days, when humanity began. I don't think they were actually...
look at that animal. What happens if I just go...
Anyway,
I put it on
I
my
think
face?
this is turning out to be something very weird.
Yes.
So let's take a short commercial break, and when we come back, we need to talk about Dua Lipa because she's in the news as well, and she has a very happy news to share with the world, which you all might already know, but we will be talking about it. So let's take a short commercial break. You're watching Showbiz tonight with our Mrs. World, Lakshani.
Sri Lanka.
Mrs. World Sri Lanka.
Exactly. Our very own. Mrs. World Sri Lanka, Lakshani Abeysinghe, and along with that guy and this guy.
Yeah, hi.
This is Showbiz tonight. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Showbiz tonight. Well, obviously we're talking about a lot of gossip when it comes to Hollywood as well, and things that are actually quite, a little shockish, okay, if that's a word. But we've actually joining in with an amazing individual. We've actually got on Gen XYZ as well, so we love her so much. It's Miss Lakshani Abeysinghe.
Yeah, let's plug in Gen XYZ.
A little bit of promotion of this program.
Let's
do that on Showbiz.
Yeah, Gen XYZ.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we got to talk about Dua Lipa. All right, now obviously Dua Lipa, we love her songs, we love every single thing about her, we love her, okay? But Dua Lipa, obviously she's a British, singer as well, and then she decided to actually, get engaged.
Yes.
No, she's British. She grew up in Britain.
But she has Serbian roots.
Yes.
Oh, she has Serbian roots, but actually a British national. So
that makes her British.
That's a British national.
Oh, yes, fine.
All right, but
I like it every time we dig into his ancestry.
She's engaged. So she got engaged.
Yeah, exactly. And what's the story there?
So basically, she confirmed it in an exclusive in British Vogue, saying that she's engaged, and this is none other than the British actor Callum Turner.
Exactly.
Yes. So they
so
are
in
so
case you
in
don't
love.
know,
Yes.
Mahesh, the Fantastic Beasts. He was the actor.
Radio silence.
Yeah, he was the actor. The Fantastic Beasts.
Is the Harry Potter?
Yes, not Harry Potter.
Not with Harry Potter.
The other franchise.
Yes, it is the
Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them is one such franchise under J.K. Rowling.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So no, I did not watch that.
The bookworm.
Yeah.
Did not watch that.
Oh God.
You didn't watch
it? But I mean, the picture is right there here in the studio, so obviously I can see that. So I know who that is.
He looks
now.
British.
Yeah, exactly.
He's very British looking guy.
Is this like a long-term relationship?
Not a very long-term relationship. This all started in January 2024.
No, it's 1.5 years of a relationship. So one
so
year
you consider that long?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's June this year. Of course, it's
1.5 year relationship. Yeah, she said in 2024.
You consider it long? Okay, I don't consider it long. It's like a very short-term relationship.
To
like
engage.
You pop the question and then you're engaged. And she apparently got this amazing, expensive, big ring, diamond ring.
A unique one too, with gold and all of that.
Yeah. Okay, hide your fingers, ladies.
I don't have one.
Oh, you don't have one.
Where is?
It's coming soon.
Where is my diamond ring?
Yes.
Okay.
Australia, that's a call for you.
Graduating, right? As we speak, he's
We're
walking
getting
the
very up
graduation.
close and personal here right now.
No, of course.
You do all the time?
Yeah. I mean, last week also we were talking about apparently the next person who's supposed to get married on the table is
that.
Yes.
I'd rather
but the thing is, the beautiful story about that is apparently her soon-to-be husband could not tolerate her, and he ran all the way to Aussie.
Hearsay.
Oh my God.
Hearsay, Your Honor. This is
Just
hearsay.
Just kidding. Anyway, we are talking about Dua Lipa.
And we were talking about the amazing ring that she was given. Apparently, Callum spoke to her sister, Dua Lipa's sister, and her closest friends, consulted them before purchasing the ring. And I heard that it was worth somewhere in between 65,000 to 270,000 US dollars. Imagine that.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of
That's a
sparkles.
lot of money. Yeah, that's a lot of money.
A lot of sparkles.
If by any chance, just imagine she gets like a $10 or $20 ring,
She's
and
not gonna
she's
say
like,
yes.
"Hello, no, thank you."
No, but then she can afford it,
Moving
right?
on.
No,
She
they
can
can
afford
afford
it.
it. That's
But
what I'm
she would
saying. So
expect,
that's a movie star.
But no, if it's about the love. If you love the person, if you choose to live with that person
there
for the
you
rest
go.
of your life,
There you go.
if that person gives you even it made out of like toothpicks, you'll be yes, I will marry you.
You know how
Because
Dua
the
Lipa
love
said
that-
diamonds under my
It's not the money.
eyes? She actually meant diamonds.
Listen.
Oh right.
She got a
okay.
big rock.
No.
She got a big rock.
Yeah.
She didn't write that song, by the way.
She
No,
did?
that's the
She didn't
thing.
write that
Okay,
song.
if you talk about
She
Dua
sang the
Lipa
song.
as a singer, her voice is really good, very unique,
Yes.
unique, because she has that dual citizenship thing going on. So that actually that answers not because of anything else. You know, you get really good. You know, her voice is really good, but most of her songs has a lineage towards another song. She borrows from here to there, from melodies to verses to all that, and that is one of the criticism that keeps coming towards her.
but
Let's take about Elton John's song. Initially, that she did with Elton John. Apparently, prior to that, she did it by herself, and then she borrowed one verse from Elton John's one of the famous songs, and then Elton John said, "No, okay, fine, let's do it together," and then they did it together, and it was actually a big, massive hit.
Yeah.
Like that, if you look at all her songs, there's always an older version of that. There's this dude on YouTube. I don't know whether you all have seen it.
Yes, I've seen the video. He shows like which was
from
done
the
first.
origin.
Yes, the origin.
The sampling, right?
Yeah,
This is
yeah,
a sample from here. And
exactly. So certain the criticism that she always gets is that her melodies, which is the iconic one, IDGAF. Okay. Because I can't say that out loud here.
But that's also the essence of who she is as an artist, because her entire discography was centered around being so gen pop that she has referenced already popular material to put her own spin on it. She has never ever marketed herself towards
but
being
the thing is,
someone that's original.
She has the potential to be an original songstress, like one of the best that, I mean, like Adele.
Are you talking about tonal quality, like her voice?
Yeah, exactly. Her voice is really unique. If you take Adele, who can sing, replicate Adele's song?
I can't think of anybody who could.
Nobody, right?
No.
Because she can hit those notes. Same thing, Celine Dion. Who can hit those high-end notes and still stay, powerhouse strong at that particular height? Even, I don't know whether you all watched the Olympics. At the Olympics, Celine Dion sang the final. They sing, my God, that was a return back into the whole, after being very sick.
Yes. Si un jour la vie t'arrache à moi, si tu meurs, que tu sois loin de moi, peu m'importe si tu m'aimes, car moi je mourrai aussi. Nous aurons pour nous l'éternité dans le bleu de toute l'immensité, dans le ciel, plus de problèmes. Mon amour, crois-tu qu'on sait? Tu es
that song was so iconic, and that's what I'm saying. These ladies have the ability, and she's quite young also, right? She's
Very young. She's in her late 20s.
No, I think early 20s or
early 20s.
No,
late 20s.
She's in the late 20s.
So, but she's a very young singer, and she has the ability to get into a very strong position in life if she does her original material.
Now,
I'm pretty sure she must be thinking.
I don't agree. Because if you listen to all of her albums, that particular song, there's only 2 songs that she's actually referred from the back in the day songs. But
2 songs?
Just 2.
I'm going to bring the list next time.
Let's do. Completely. No. There is absolutely no way.
Her entire discography is based on other
somebody else's.
No,
exactly.
Absolutely not. Illusion to whatnot. All of this is actually original.
I'll bring you the list.
Exactly.
You can bring the list. Everyone. No, if you say and all of that is also going to repeat in every other song.
No, she did do a specific album.
Melody is a mixology of the thing. That's it. But not all the songs. Not all the songs. Absolutely not all the songs.
Chill, people chill.
Not all the songs. She's an artist.
Disagree 100%.
Agree to disagree.
You can decide. You would know. But then again, next week we are
yes.
We're bringing the list. I'll compile it today.
Okay.
Show me.
Okay. Anyways, can we actually bet on this? Because
we do it.
Yeah,
I'm telling you,
but
do
have anything to
not
bet
the
on.
entire catalogue.
I'll bet
Absolutely
your
not.
fancy little coat tie.
Okay, done.
Exactly.
Done.
With a monocle. You would have to wear a monocle too.
Okay, cool.
Wait, yes, this is very true.
A monocle and a top hat.
Done. I love it.
Is this how it's usually done? This is how it's usually done.
It is done.
All right, look forward to seeing a quill with a monocle and a top hat. He will be called governor.
Yeah, exactly. And eating his own words.
Yes.
Anyways,
with a spot of tea on the
That's another
side.
story about Sabrina.
Oh yeah, Sabrina Carpenter. Right now, Sabrina Carpenter. That I will agree that she's trying to bring that whole aesthetic of what the old America was. Right. I don't like it as much because, to be honest, it's very mundane, especially when it comes to artistry, right? But this particular album cover that she's actually released is so misogynistic. Like, literally misogynistic. There's an old guy literally just holding and pulling onto her hair while she's knelt and worshipping the guy. And that's just throwing outrage through everyone on social media because it's not right. I mean, you're Sabrina Carpenter.
You're talking about the movie Lolita.
No. We're talking about a new released.
But the reference is to that,
yes.
right?
Technically, but it's not
exactly.
It's not the right time, Mahesh. Especially when you have young girls looking at you. You don't do that. Like, that's so misogynistic.
I mean, I agree with Akhil. It sounds. I mean, it seemed pretty misogynistic. Like when I saw the album cover too. I do not think you all will get into this verbal duel.
Let's go. So there is a clear line.
What an introduction to our show, right? The best time to come there for Lakshani to Mrs. Sri Lanka to sit here, and actually she's used to more being poised.
Yes.
Not really. He knows me.
No.
I try.
And have a little bit of fun.
Yeah.
And then
exactly.
And then wave.
Smile and wave.
Exactly.
But then I'm like, I'm
thrown into the Showbiz Tonight desk, and she's like, what
is going on?
No, this is usually how it is.
It is.
As you know, Khail and Anuravi always we of course all the time, since Salvi is not here. It goes to him.
Right.
Okay.
It's me.
Anyways, we have to take a short commercial break right now and come back. And when we come back, we have a very interesting thing about
Downton Abbey. I am so excited. The crawling.
That is going to be a movie to watch releasing soon, which we will play right after this short commercial break. You're watching Showbiz Tonight. We'll be right back.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to 1930.
My God, what a melody.
He will be a sensation.
That was a look at Downton Abbey 3, the final expected movie for the Downton Abbey movie franchise. And oh my goodness, there is so much to say about this. I'm sure Manish is like, okay, well, it's Downton Abbey.
No. It's not Downton Abbey. Listen, massive fan. Massive
I'm glad.
Fan. Not even kidding, okay? So this entire series started in 2015, 2011, 2010, and we actually, I started watching it in 2011, from the first series around.
It finished in 2015, right?
Yeah, it finished in 2015. It ran for 6 seasons, and then it ended up one of the best British series I've actually seen. I love British, even mystery thrillers and everything. I don't know whether you've seen. There is actually a distinct difference between the Hollywood versions and the British versions.
The Office, Sherlock.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So Downton Abbey, I am a massive fan. Like a plague, I've been watching that entire series. Always. And I was such a fan. In 2017, I went to that Highclere Castle.
You did?
Yes, I went there because when I was in London for from other work stuff, and it was just around 2 hours from central London,
which is where I went. I was there.
You will say.
Yeah.
So we went there, and basically this is the place is called the castle that they used to shoot is called the Highclere Castle, which is a real castle built in 1602 or something like that. No,
1607.
98 or something in the 1600s
as well.
Yeah, around more than 350 years ago, and you can literally go and take tours of that. It costs around £20 or £25 or something.
When I went, it was actually £5 higher, £25 per entrance.
So you go there, you have a look at it. You're marveled about it. But one thing that I actually, because the thing is this, the exterior shots of the castle is from the Highclere Castle, and a little bit of even in like the main hall entrance and all, that is also the Highclere Castle, but the rest is not from that particular castle. It is just sets.
So they built a separate set just for this.
So completely, because the thing is, this is actually a historically valued building, and it is, I think, belongs to the British Museum or some.
It's part of the British, what do you call it? Monuments and archaeology.
Something like that, and you really actually you marvel when you go there. But that building is, oh my God! I am when.
Did you watch the show for the building?
No. When I started watching that, I started becoming a massive fan. With this whole aristocratic,
it's so good. Oh.
Yeah, and when we come to this particular movie, which is called
the grand finale. Okay, I'm really sad that they're saying it's the grand finale, because I really expected at least 2 more movies, but also there's the whole implication of this is one plot episode that has been stretched from 2019 to 2025. So there were 2 movies prior to, you know, the grand finale. And of course, the beginning was in 2019 where, you know, the king and queen are going to visit the Crawley estate.
That was the old one.
No, 2019. Yeah, the first one.
Second one.
No, the first one.
Oh, yeah, the
first one. In 2019, the Crawleys are expecting the visit of King George, and then there's
this one is about.
This one is about their transition to the 1930s. So basically, how Downton Abbey is going to protect itself.
And that is why I'm going to tell you, it is not the final movie.
Really, you think so?
Yeah, it is. Wait. Look at the trailer.
No.
Look at
exactly. Crawley crying, right?
No, it doesn't. Because I'll tell you why. Because this is again, you see, Final Reckoning, same.
But something tells me they're going to change the cast.
The grand finale is nothing to do with, you know, Maggie Smith has passed away. She's no longer with us. She died last year, somewhere around in September. She's the best actress in that entire series, you know.
She's the star.
I told y'all once, like, if I actually get into Survivor, I want to have another persona. I wanted to have my Maggie Smith's persona.
Please.
So I wanted to, like, you know the Survivor TV series.
Yes, definitely.
So if by any chance, if they allow us to participate, I said, I'm like a
give us your rendition.
I'm going to be a girl there. I was like, you know, welcome. What are you here?
So he introduces
because you are introduced to a bunch of strangers, and they don't know how you sound like, and you're going to keep this entire Maggie Smith I mean, it's not like as if they can actually, you know, laugh at you. They might say like, this is the way he speaks. Okay, so we can't be laughing at him. And then in the final finale, I can reveal the fact that, hello, I lied. But then again, that is just fantasy for me. No, what I wanted to say is because, see, the starting of the trailer is about what?
All right, look.
No. It's about a horse race.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure this grand finale means that, yes, they're moving on.
They're bidding farewell to the old ages.
No, old ages, the building, but I'm pretty sure they're giving that entire vibe. But I guarantee that at the 11th hour somebody will come and take over and make sure that the family continues to live.
Because we expected the entire fan community expected at least 2 more movies.
Obviously, why does it?
You have to think about it. Like in the trailer, they just say, you know, goodbye to the building.
Exactly. They said goodbye to the building.
A big part.
No. That's what I'm trying to say.
There's more beyond.
No, but don't you understand this movie? That is how they drum up the whole thing, saying, oh, it's a grand finale, and then later on we will realize the fact that it's not the finale, it's just that they went through a very tough period, because this storyline is quite similar to one of, I think, season 3 or season 4. The same thing happened for them, because they
almost had to
money issues. The World War I came, and then they had to go through that entire process, you know.
I still remember the Titanic.
And then all that, and here also they are showcasing as if, you know, people, fans like us would be like, oh my god, since it's the final one, we have to watch it and all that this thing. But then again, I'm pretty sure we find that it is not, and it is also about a horse race. I'm pretty sure about that too.
So it's a marketing gimmick.
Exactly.
Probably.
But why Downton Abbey doesn't need a marketing gimmick? Everybody that watched at least one episode.
Did you watch it?
Exactly.
What?
Okay, so you have a quill?
Exactly.
Betrayal on this very
That's why you need a marketing gimmick.
There you go.
You haven't watched the series? Have you watched one movie?
Yeah, I did watch like the first season. And the second and third, you know, I found Crown better.
He couldn't understand the British because, you know, it was very thick for him.
Yes, exactly.
The accent.
Received pronunciation.
Yeah.
And
it was
Maggie Smith. Oh, that's Scottish. That's got Scottish tinges also.
Anyway, we have, I mean, like, before that, actually, have you watched the comedy version of Downton Abbey?
Oh, yes, I have.
There is a comedy version.
That's very profound.
We'll take a look at the comedy version of Downton Abbey, and we will come back. And there you go, that is the comedy version of Downton Abbey. It is actually not the comedy version of Downton Abbey. It's a skit from SNL. They did it when the 2019 movie came, you know, all that. You see...
potatoes.
all that. Yeah, I mean, like completely. They made fun of the whole thing.
All right.
Oh,
now I'm gonna go home and like check on this. Yes.
Exactly. So
the king and queen are coming.
Oh my God, I cannot.
Okay, we have to go to the next movie, which is also a new release, which means it's already available right now. It is called Echo Valley, starring Julianne Moore and also Sydney Sweeney. Guess whose favorite actress that is?
She's not even at the table.
Exactly, and that's why I picked Let's Talk About Sydney Sweeney. So the day that she's not there.
The best day to talk about Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah, exactly. And but before that, let's take a short look at this particular movie, and when we come back, we will comment on it.
Mom, I am leaving. I just need some money for food and supplies.
Food supplies? You think I'm that stupid?
Ryan is in trouble because of me, Mom. It's serious this time.
I made a pledge to your father
God,
that I wouldn't
the pledge, you and Dad and your pledge. I pledge allegiance to neglect my daughter, not give a flying fuck about her.
Really?
Mom, I need some money.
I don't have any money. It's all gone towards getting you better, and clearly it hasn't worked.
Mom, where are you going? Mom, I'm in trouble. I need money, Mom. Mom, I need help. Mom, give me some money. Mom, open the door. Mom, open the door. I need a check.
Are we really doing this again? I'm just gonna cancel it anyway.
No, you won't.
Of course
You won't cancel the check.
Of course I'm gonna cancel the
No,
check.
you won't. You won't cancel it this time.
There's nothing in there. You've taken it all. I have to beg your father for money just to keep the farm.
Ah! What the is wrong with you?
Honey, are you hurt?
Ryan! What? Ryan, get the dog and put him in the back of my car!
What are you doing?
I'm gonna take Cooper. I'm gonna drive him so far away that he will not be able to find his way home and he's gonna starve or worse. Give me a check, Mom. Ryan! Ryan, did you get Cooper?
I'm trying!
Find him and put him in the back of the fucking car!
Cooper! I don't know where they all live!
God, hurry up!
Cooper!
What the matter with you, Mom? Give me the dog! Give me the dog!
No!
Give me the dog, Mom!
No!
Give me Give me the oh, your disgusting hair!
Hey!
Off of me, Ryan! Off of me! You got no friends. Dad hates you. Everybody hates you except for me!
Claire, let's go! Come on, we gotta go!
Oh my God, yeah.
There you go, everyone. That is a look at the new released movie Echo Valley, which is available on Apple TV Plus. Or whatever the torrent service that you use in order to.
Oh my God!
Okay. Yeah, let's not plug the torrent service here.
Okay, but what I'm that was actually one of the strongest acting between. Julianne Moore is a
legend.
She's a seasoned actress. Yes.
And then you throw Sydney Sweeney. My introduction to Sydney Sweeney was on White Lotus, the first season of White Lotus. Okay, for me, I know you guys are like really happy about her and all that, but for me, she's like a one-tone actor.
Really, a one-trick pony?
It's just the like the droopy eyes and the screaming, a little bratty kind of this, and that's exactly what we saw in this particular movie as well. So the story is about a mother who has a child who is very abusive, who takes drugs and continuously goes on that particular path of substance abuse, and how this mother deals with it, and one of her mistakes comes back home to haunt the mother, and how she gets the whole thing sorted out in a very tactful and a very intelligent way. So the movie is actually really good. I don't think she might be actually called for a Academy Award or that kind of a performance from this, but then again, who knows if it was, but her portrayal of her mother is on point, and also Sydney Sweeney's portrayal of a bratty daughter is also on point. I think that is natural to her. But for
no pun intended.
I don't think she didn't belong to getting kids. No. She has a daughter. She has a daughter. She has a daughter. She has a daughter. But this is a really good movie to watch. And actually, Saturday night, Sunday night, just put the movie.
I've got plans for Saturday night. Just the trailer was good enough for me to, for sure, I'm gonna watch this movie. That's what I thought the moment I saw the trailer.
Yeah, and of course, Julianne Moore, she's always, in any movie that now
her
she
gig
comes,
never flops.
It is like Meryl Streep. So that kind of.
Did you really make that kind of comparison?
No, I mean, like, she's becoming that.
This generation.
Yeah, exactly. Julianne Moore is slowly becoming that. Like every single thing she comes and tries to portray, she pulls off.
Nails it to the
It's
top.
no longer about box office for her. She's not one of those actresses who does a lot of box office stuff. She's more of a very, 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 character-oriented, story-related, so that kind of actress, and that's why most of her movies have actually made.
I think I recall reading a few of her interview excerpts as well, where she said, it's not the showbiz, it's her craft.
Yeah, exactly, the craft.
She wants the craft of acting to be developed in her. I don't know if we can say the same about Sydney Sweeney, but I'm excited to see her in this movie because, come on.
Can I spoil it a little bit though?
Spoil the plot? Or
no, just a little.
Spoil what?
So when he meant he was actually like skimming through the cake right on the top, there's a murder that actually happens.
Yes. Well, it's a thriller. What did you expect?
Yeah, because it was like
what he did, right?
Cover it all up.
Yeah, he listened to you.
No. You know what he did, right? He didn't watch the movie.
He didn't watch the movie.
He didn't watch the movie. The movie is available to watch.
I didn't watch the movie either.
No. I mean, no. You didn't watch the movie, but you said you're gonna watch it. Okay, it's not like you didn't pretend to watch the movie, but he pretended to watch the movie. Again, and I'll tell you why. Because in the trailer, that's the murder. And guess what? It's like he's coming like I just want the typical quill.
Mission Impossible. Part 2.
Yeah.
Wow, it was so predictable.
Exactly.
There's a murder.
Anyways, Echo Valley, that is the movie that you had to watch. Apparently, Lakshani is going to watch it.
I am going to watch it. Saturday, I've got plans. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. You should watch it with your daughter as well.
I will.
And because
I've got a 10-year-old, so hopefully it's.
No, I think she'll understand.
No, it's thriller. It's got a lot of.
She loves horror movies. So
then definitely.
Oh, she loves horror.
We watched all horror movies together, so I'm pretty sure.
Who are we to stop her?
No, now 10-year-olds are not like.
Yeah, true. I think they're exposed to far more.
They're very much exposed to the media culture and everything. So
my daughter was literally on movie sets with me when I was working in movies.
So there you go.
Yeah, so she knows like whenever there's something green screen CGI. She's like, well, there's nothing to be scared of. It's just green screen. Or she'll be like, just mark my word, there's going to be a pop scare now. Like, how does she know all this? Because she was with me. I used to take her on sets.
Maybe a couple of years down the line, she can come sit here.
She loves talking.
Yeah. Replace Anuradhi, Wickramasinghe, sitting right there.
But Mahish will finally like to have someone that knows the technicalities of movies as much as
she does. My daughter.
No. Listen. It's like a given, okay? You're supposed to know about movie craft and all. Lakshani, we are supposed to like the frames and everything. That's how our minds work.
Yes.
But these two minds.
No.
This is the Gen Z generation. This is the Gen Z generation.
I sat with you on that Oscar broadcast and you told me he is so great.
Exactly. We have to move to the next one, which is another first look from Apple TV Plus, which is a television series called Foundation. This is a book being translated into a series. First season went off 3 years ago. Second season went off last year, and here we are with the third season premiering, I think, somewhere around in August or September. But right now, let's take a look at the trailer and we'll come back. Here's your first look at Foundation Season 3.
Nothing will ever be the same again.
War is upon us. And at the center of it is the mule. He will destroy everything.
I see something I like. I take it.
Kiss the boy, gentlemen.
It's worse than you know.
If we fail, humanity will be lost forever. We act or we lose.
And that is a look at Foundation Season 3. Now, what's going to happen? Last time when they left, they were apparently I mean, you had to watch from the first season onwards. If not, you would not understand what I'm actually making. So, there is a civilization that has been cast out. Apparently, the world has evolved to such a level where there is no longer a democratic process, there is just clones. So there is the younger clone of the king, the what do you call, the middle clone, and then the older clone. So they clone from the first person towards, you know, that particular versions of clones. So what happens is once the younger version actually becomes older, the older one dies, and then they keep replacing. So this rotation keeps going, occurring. So they are like the dynasty that is the kings.
It's not even a dynasty, it's a dictatorship.
Yeah, exactly. Dictatorship, exactly. So they go through that, but then there are the radicals, the radical guys who actually break away from this entire process, and then they actually go to the end of the universe per se, because by this time galactic travel is pretty much easy. You get into one of those, you know, futuristic ships and you're off to Mars. What Mars? What am I talking? At the end of the universe.
Yes.
Okay. So they go into their own little world, and then there is this mystery that keeps occurring. The biggest threat to the Foundation, which is the big what do you call, the kingdom, which is the
civilization.
No, not the civilization per se. The dictatorship is that radicals who are now slowly coming up with a plan in order to take over this entire thing. So this is the storyline. It's actually a humongous book.
It's not one humongous book. I was waiting, biding my time. When should I just jump in and tell people where's the reference to the original source material? It's actually a series of books. It's a trilogy written by the Isaac Asimov, who is considered to be the godfather
and very old book.
Very, very old, yes, like extremely old, but also he's considered to be the godfather of all sci-fi material.
Just imagine, I think that book was written somewhere around in 1930s, right?
Yes, 1930s.
So just imagine in 1930s, a person imagines about this intergalactic travel and this entire Foundation, mathematicians, you know, all that.
Psychohistory.
It is baffling to think that at that early, and by that time, I don't think even film has evolved into a level where you can actually think about such worlds to be created, and you have this amazing person living in the future. I think that person should be living now.
That's the thing, right? The first ever sci-fi adaptation was also one of Isaac Asimov's work that was related to. Have you guys ever watched I, Robot? You know,
Yes.
Will Smith's
Yeah.
movie? That was based on an Isaac Asimov novel.
Novels?
But the thing is, all of the modern Isaac Asimov adaptations have absolutely just taken the fanfare of his titling
Even this
and
foundation.
then completely flipped the switch on the plot. For example, now Isaac
Because the
Asimov-
thing is this, you can't. The reason for the director explained it to it. The way he explains it in the book is really hard to bring it onto the screen.
It's that complicated.
It is very complicated in terms of making the viewer understand. You can just, talk about it. I mean, we are talking about the intelligence level of a quill. So,
Wow.
okay.
There it is. I was waiting for it.
You have to make the movie.
This is like a reoccurring
Yeah, it is.
Okay. So if a quill understands a movie, then
All right, Mahesh, you have a point there. I didn't think of it in that sense where, it should be available to be digested by the mass audience and not just people that are sci-fi freaks. Yeah. Cut to a quill creation.
Anyway, we have to take a short break once again. That is a look at Foundation. And when we come back, there's a new release as well. A second trailer. The proper trailer has actually dropped on this particular movie, which is called Naked Gun. This is actually a series that was there
We spoke
in
about
the
this.
1990s. Yeah, we spoke about it. We talked about Leslie Nielsen becoming Liam Neeson. And Liam Neeson is this time an action star. He's taking on a comedic role. So let's see how successful it's going to be. When we come back, we will take a first look at Naked Gun, the Liam Neeson version. This is Showbiz Tonight. We'll be right back.
Once you kill a man for revenge, there's no going back. A voice in your head sang over and over, "That was awesome."
Who are you?
Drebin. Detective Frank Drebin. Thanks.
Police Squad has always been the elite of the elite.
Hi, Daddy. It's me, Frank Jr. Love you.
Hey, Dad. Boy, do I miss you.
And you, Frank, are the best of the best.
I need a bathroom. I need this room immediately.
There's a line, man.
Police business. Oh, I'm gonna ruin another suit.
Over here, Lieutenant. I think someone murdered my brother.
Please, take a chair.
Thank you.
I'll find them. This is what I do. Says you served 20 years for man's laughter. You mean manslaughter? Must have been quite the joke.
They're going to shut down Police Squad if you do not solve this case. Do this by the book.
Show a little respect! Why? Who's gonna arrest me? Other cops?
Yes.
Is she serious?
Is he serious?
No.
Seems Mr. Drebin might be more of a problem than we thought.
I want you to keep an eye on him.
This oven is disgusting.
Rest assured, I won't stop until I've found justice.
What do you want, little one?
Your ass. Nobody messes with Police Squad.
We've upgraded your car with the most advanced crime-fighting tech.
Drive forward 30 feet. Pretty smooth.
Oh!
This place is falling apart.
That's the sound of the police!
And there you go, the super action star Liam Neeson taking on a comedic role on The Naked Gun, the 2025 version. Okay, how will this be? Looks with the trailer looks
very promising.
People are going to be in stitches.
Yeah, exactly.
Very promising.
Actually, and it is actually a good thing to see Liam Neeson in a different
character who would never usually acts in comedic.
But here also he's an action star.
Yes,
but a comedic
action star, like how Mr. Bean is an action star.
Really?
Yeah,
the movie.
What's the movie?
Johnny English.
Johnny English. Oh my God! How can I forget?
I love that.
Exactly. Yeah. That's another movie that I love a lot.
The cat.
I mean, I have to like, right?
Yeah, you do. You must.
It's in my name, so
Johnny English.
Yeah, exactly. But so here, Naked Gun, as you can see, O.J. Simpson still not celebrated within the African American community. They make fun of that particular part because everybody is crying about their father in that trailer. So Liam Neeson's father was Leslie Nielsen. That's the storyline. That's how they are linking the old TV series into the new one. And here, apparently, they're looking at
that particular scene was so funny. Yes.
And then they cut to O.J. Simpson's son. I was like, no, I'm not gonna cry about that. Okay, because apparently, since the murder trial, but he was acquitted, right?
The murder of O.J.
He was acquitted.
Kim Kardashian became famous because of that.
Not really.
Rob Kardashian.
The father, but not
that's
them.
where it started.
The Kardashian family came into the spotlight because of that.
So sure, like Kim hung around Paris Hilton, but actually Rob Kardashian was, getting the legal spotlight for it.
And people, this is apart from like what we are talking about, like they suspect or they speculated that who is the other sister, Kim Kardashian's Chloe is to be O.J. Simpson's daughter. And Yes. Because they were comparing the picture.
So she was the only one from all of the sisters that looked different, right? So they were
definitely the pictures of O.J.
It's crazy.
Simpson
That trial is like one of a kind.
I guess.
I love it.
This actually wants me to look at Quill's family picture.
Realize how ambiguous it is.
And actually see whether is he the odd one out. Okay.
Please submit a family picture.
Exactly.
I will.
Next week you have to bring along with your top hat and your monocle.
That's if I win.
That bet is already set.
If I lose the bet. No. If I lose the bet.
Start looking for monocles now.
Let's go.
Anyways, so that is our first look at Naked Gun, which is coming out later this year, and one of the interesting ones. And hopefully, Liam Neeson actually,
pulls it off.
Successful in this. I'm actually looking forward for it because
it's slapstick comedy.
We know, if by any chance if we see Liam Neeson in a movie, we know it's going to be like an action. Everybody's going to get murdered and something like that. But here we don't know how exactly. So
but it looked pretty funny.
It is really
like the trailer looked fabulous.
Absolutely.
I'm just excited because. It's slapstick comedy, anything that's slapstick comedy, it intended to make you laugh, we gotta watch it.
That is where the origin of dad jokes came.
Okay, we're at it again.
Did you see? I was rolling my eyes so hard. I was afraid it's gonna pop out.
That is how the dad jokes came. It's just basically saying what it is.
Can we all together now?
Exactly. No. Anyway, we have to move on very quickly to our last story, which is about Natasha Lyonne. Quill, what's exactly the story?
So basically, Natasha Lyonne, right? She's obviously the star. She was a star basically at the Orange is the New Black. That's the one. I wanted to say another word which I couldn't say on it, so I was like, no, I'm gonna type my tongue on it.
Look at this. This is the limitation.
No.
She was there in the Russian Doll.
Yeah.
She was there in Poker Face, which is currently on. The ninth episode. the 10th episode is just released, so with that season is also, the second season is also done. She's one of a kind actress.
Yeah, she is.
She has a very good, unique voice and all of this thing. She's really fun. All her series, and you're coming up with what?
Orange is the New Black. That's where she really became famous. Okay, I'm just saying it. I'm just saying it.
What's the series? Orange is the New Black.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
But she's
That's
known
the
for.
one that I knew her from. Okay, I think our generation knew her from that.
What exactly
but
is the
basically,
story?
Joan Rivers, right? Joan Rivers is one of those people like Ellen DeGeneres, Oprah Winfrey. She was like one of those OG
Everybody
sort of TV
knows
shows.
about Joan Rivers.
But telling you anyway, so Joan Rivers, basically she passed away, and she did.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
So
That's news to
she
me.
had this whole thing called Traffic Police, and that's like where she really went off the roof, And she is going to be playing Joan Rivers in a biopic, and I feel like it might really simmer well, but I don't know.
It's not Traffic Police, it's Fashion Police.
Oh yeah, Fashion Police.
Jesus Christ!
You were waiting for it. He was just like, I was like, wait for it.
Yeah, exactly. You let him go and fall. And let me come back and give you this Fashion Police. She was known for that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Traffic Police.
Well done.
This is like Hogwarts.
Yeah, exactly.
This is Hogwarts part 2. What's your Hogwarts house?
So
Hogwarts.
we asked him.
Okay. I know we're getting to it.
Which house do you belongs to? Whether it's Slytherin or Ravenclaw.
Yeah, so everybody was like, oh, I'm a Slytherin.
Gryffindor.
Oh, Gryffindor. Okay, you're the first Gryffindor.
You know what he said? Hogwarts.
That's my house. Hogwarts.
No, that is the house.
The house. And
Again,
it was a part of the house.
You're
Okay.
part of the house.
The house. That's what it is.
We can take the test.
Anyways, Natasha Lyonne is going to do Joan Rivers' biopic, and that is, I think, still in production.
Still in production.
But then watch Poker Face. Poker Face is a series, like, I started loving her from season 1 of Poker Face that came out somewhere around in 2022. And that is apparently she's one of those people who has this natural talent. Have you ever? No, obviously not. So her talent is like if somebody's telling a lie, she is actually a human lie detector.
Oh wow!
So she basically she knows somebody. So she goes solving murder mysteries throughout the series. So what happens is let's say there's a murder happens, and suddenly we see big stars, and there's a big murder happening, and then somehow she's involved in a let's say she's like the housemaid or some kind of character, because she's just a free soul who's just traveling all across America. So she does that and somehow gets involved with these murders, and she solves by basically, everybody.
Didn't this go viral on TikTok last year?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. It did.
So her catchphrase is BS.
Yeah.
I mean, like the real word of BS.
Yeah, BS.
Okay.
Yes.
She just basically says, somebody says, so what happened? And they will say, so this is what happened. I was like, no, BS.
Yes.
Okay. And then she goes on looking for what really happened, and then somehow solves the murder. So it is a very, 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 very interesting series as well. If you can watch it, you should.
From the TikToks I've seen, I guess.
Yeah.
It's on Apple TV as well.
It is. It's a series. So now it's in the second season, and the final episode came on Thursday, and final episode of season 2. So we have to wait for season 3. So she's also a producer in that show as well. So that's basically pretty much it for our powwow here. After this, we're going to take a short break, and after that, the countdown is going to come, and we will later reveal the #1 movie.
welcome back. Well, falling from 2 to 5 this week, Ballerina experiences quite a big drop. The movie centers on a highly skilled assassin caught in a ruthless world of revenge, featuring a brief but impactful appearance from Keanu Reeves. As John Wick, his decline could be linked to fans.
All right, well, the real Mission Impossible apparently is sticking to the top. Sorry, Mahesh. Sliding from number 3 to 4 this week, unfortunately, is Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, which takes a slight step down the chart. The film follows Ethan Hunt and his team as they race against time to stop a global threat in the explosive conclusion to the latest trilogy, as you would have seen with our very heated debates and Aquil's little interjections there. Its dip in position likely comes from stiff competition at the box office of
Materials takes the charts by storm by entering with a strong buzz at number 3. The film is a star-studded romantic drama featuring Chris Evans and Pedro Pascal, following the intervened lives of ambitious artists navigating love and ambition in a fast-paced world where passion and creativity collide with personal struggles. With Chris Evans' undeniable charm, it's already winning over audiences and critics alike. The powerful performances, however, and a captivating chemistry between the leads ensure Materialist is poised to make a lasting impression. Actually, to be honest, I will definitely be going and watching this movie as well.
It just walks into our lives sometimes.
Are you hitting on me?
Definitely not. But I do think that you would be a great match for a lot of our clients. We need more straight men in New York City. You look about 6 feet tall. How much money do you make?
Just straight up like that.
I make 80 grand a year before taxes. Do you make more or less than that?
More.
I know. Finance, right?
Private equity. Do you want a drink?
Sure.
What do you want?
Coke and beer.
Hey, buddy.
Hi, John.
Working now, obviously, but talk after dinner service?
Yeah.
All right, well, sliding from 1 to 2 this week, not a big dip, but still hanging on strong. Lilo and Stitch drops just 1 spot in the rankings. Its slight decline may stem from some Disney fans' disappointment with the live-action format and the absence of Stitch saying, you know, that iconic line, Ohana means family, which we had such a big conversation about here at Showbiz tonight as well. A key emotional moment it is from the original. Still, the movie's heartwarming story, vibrant visuals, and the nostalgic charm continue to resonate with audiences of all ages.
Well, that is the countdown from 5 to number 2. Thank God, Lilo and Stitch is number 2. Finally, it's going away from the countdown. It was, you know, I had this beef because Mission Impossible couldn't.
Yes, there was beef on this show. There was a lot of
Mission Impossible couldn't reach the top number 1 position because of Lilo and Stitch.
Yes,
and Lilo and Stitch came and we used to cry in the evening.
You cried. You liked it.
I mean, yeah, I liked it.
Okay, she liked it. That counts.
You didn't cry, right?
I did not cry.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
no.
Sue us.
I did not cry.
This too was sobbing.
It was
sobbing.
really nice.
It was
for
really
real.
Nice.
No
for real. I am seated in the middle. One guy is crying on this side. The other woman is crying on this side.
No.
Okay.
It was very, very family-like, and honestly, it just gets you crying. I love it.
Anyways, so we have to reveal the number 1 movie, which is
How to Train Your Dragon.
Okay, this keeps happening.
This is the second week in a row. I like it.
So basically, this time too, they're sticking to the same. Now, this is the live action of How to Train Your Dragon. You know, there were like three, parts of this particular story in the cartoon format.
And a TV series.
And a TV series. And now they're actually bringing the live action, just like Lilo and Stitch did. And it is number one. Looks very promising too. And this time too, also, they have actually stick to the script. They haven't gone in any kind of, woke kind
narratives.
of narratives that is basically changing the whole storyline. How the snow walk and the abomination that happened. Not like that, but apparently in this story they managed to keep it. So it looks like it will continue to remain in the countdown. But then again, Superman is coming up very soon. So who knows? That is another movie to keep watching. But here is a look at your number one movie for this week: How to Train Your Dragon.
Toothless. I could have sworn you had teeth. I don't have any more. Oh. Thanks.
All right, bud, you ready?
And there you go. A look at our number one movie, How to Train Your Dragon. I have to be very careful about saying it because I always keep saying it, how to fly your dragon.
How to fly. Well, technically that's the story. That's the story.
It is basically the story.
Yeah, it's how to train the dragon
to fly.
So
it is How to Train Your Dragon, not how to fly your dragon.
Yeah.
But it is a movie about how to fly your dragon, which is named How to Train Your Dragon. Okay. So yeah, not confusing at all.
Poor Mission Impossible.
No.
Anyways, so that's pretty much it from all of us here at the panel. And thank you, Quill. We will see you with the top hat at the Monaco.
Did not win the bet as yet. No.
It's gonna happen.
No, the bet is not final. No.
Watch it, Lakshani, next week. He will be in. Okay. And of course, Anuradha here on our usual panelist, and Mrs. Sri Lanka, Lakshani Abeysinghe. Thank you very much for being.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure. It was so much fun. I was pretty nervous when I walked in, and then I'm like, oh, this is just like a walk in the park.
Yeah.
It's fun. Like people trying to
murder each other.
And so that's all good.
I hope you had fun.
I did, definitely.
Oh, good, great. Okay, please come back again.
Yes, call me.
Please come back again. Sunny, you're replaced. Bye, Sunny. We don't need you anymore.
One extra chair here. Why not?
No, we can like put her in that farm.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
And then it just cuts randomly. It just randomly cuts like, hey guys, I'm here too.
Yeah, from time to we can just put her in one of those places, like maybe.
I come in peace.
Anyways, thank you very much for watching this episode of Showbiz tonight. We really appreciate you had a blast as well. We will be back again next week on Saturday, 6:05. Remember, this is our 72nd show. We have a very special show that is coming up for the 75th one, which is going to be right on 12th of July. right after the release of Superman, and I sincerely hope Superman is going to be good because it is directed by a Marvel director. That's why it's going to be good.
Okay, whatever.
DC finally, DC is being saved by Marvel. That's going to happen. Okay.
We don't know that.
No,
we know.
No.
I
This is why
guarantee.
you guys wanted to know whether I'm a DC fan.
Yeah.
That's a distinct area of the table.
If a Marvel, I mean.
Yes. Exactly. No, Marvel is Marvel, right?
Marvel is Marvel, yes.
What DC? What does that even mean?
All right.
Oh, please. Okay, let's not get that now. Okay.
Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next week. Have a good night.